Hello and welcome. Thank you so much for joining me this evening. My name is Heather Thomas, Songbird Stamper, and I'm coming live to you on a Thursday evening, 8 p.m. UK time, with a little bit of crafting. I live in Fareham on the south coast of the UK, just so that you kind of feel a little bit more like you know where I am. And yeah, thank you for joining. If you're watching live or on the catch up, it's really lovely to have you with us. I was feeling a little bit unsure what I was going to create tonight, if I'm honest. And I was looking through my stamp sets and I was like, oh, I don't know, I'm feeling a little bit uninspired. So I had a browse on Pinterest, as we all do. Oh, hey, Katie. Hey, Joanna. And I found a gorgeous, gorgeous card by Vicky Boucher. So if you don't know Vicky, go and check her out online. Vicky Boucher from Australia, I think. But yeah, gorgeous, gorgeous card. So I've cased her layout and she used this beautiful stamp set, which I haven't had out for a while. Yeah, interesting set. I love this one. It's a really nice stamp set, and she made a beautiful card. But I've changed up the colours. I've changed up the kind of front of it, just enough to feel like it's mine. But sometimes it's really nice just to have a bit of a case, isn't it? A bit of a copy. So you haven't got to think too much. I haven't done a little bit of crafting for a while, so it takes a while to get back into the creative groove, I think. Good evening, Lisa. How are you doing? Hey, Louisa. I hope you've had an okay day today. Hello, Jill. Hey, Joanna. Good evening. Carol from a very, very hot Belgium. Welcome, welcome. We've had a hot day here today as well, but we actually moved our heating system to a fully electric system last year before last, and we've got solar panels. So we are very, very lucky. I probably shouldn't say it too much because everyone will be around. We have air conditioning throughout the house, which is incredibly unusual for the UK. So yeah, we're very, very lucky. So it's been I was actually chilly today. I had to say to Russ, 18 is probably a bit too low. I was cold, but there we go. Hello, Sue. Hello, Paul. Lovely to have you joining us this evening. So yes, we'll get crafting, I think. So yep, beautiful stamp set. I haven't actually used the fonts on this one, but I really like the fonts as well. I won't share the finished card because then it will spoil it for you. But I'm just going to get crafting. So I've got some... we're going for a colour, so I'll tell you the colour scheme. We're going for smoky slate, petal pink and soft sea foam, which you probably can't see very well. I might have to close the blinds. I don't like doing it, but the light isn't all that good. So yeah, those three colours. And I'm going to be stamping in smoky slate as well, just because I think it's a really nice soft colour. When you're working with pastels, we're going to be colouring in. We kind of forget sometimes that you can colour in with these lighter ink pads. I lose my words of an evening. It's not great me doing lives on a Thursday evening because I tend to forget how to talk. So I'm just going to ink up that big stamp. And I'm going to stamp one of those. Now, Sue, this set does come with dies, so don't panic if you haven't already got it. I'm just going to choose not to use the dies for these bits. I'm going to fussy cut them, but people can die cut, of course. So I'm going to stamp two of those and one of those. I'm just going to close that blind because you're getting quite a lot of glare. Hey, Mandy. Hey, Becky. How are you guys doing? Welcome, welcome. I'll just move the card because it's on my windowsill. Okay, 2 secs. Lower that. There we go. Hopefully you can see a little bit better. Been in training sessions all week in Rotterdam and the rooms have no AC. Oh no, 29 degrees. Yeah, that's a bit hot. That is a little bit warm. I'm faffing. Right, there we go. Hopefully that's a little bit better, certainly with my shadow there as well. Cool. Okay, so petal pink, lemon lolly, soft sea foam, and a colour lifter. I know not a lot of people use the colour lifter, but I'm going to go and kind of show you a couple of bits that I would do with it. One of the things I always say to people to do, and I'm going to be thinking about running a colouring course again, but when you've got your blends, just before you start colouring, do a colour test. So just colour a little bit of each blend, and I'll show you why, just right now. Those two colours are from the same coloured pen. They both say dark petal pink. That one and that one. There's obviously one old one and one new one. They're both colouring absolutely fine, but one is much, much darker than the other. So just always do a bit of a test so you know what colour you're going to be getting out the edge of this. So that's my light one. I'm actually going to use that as the Petal Pink light. And the one with my name on it is the Petal Pink Dark. Good evening, Mary. Stamp camp went very well, thank you. I loved it. Yeah, and I'm hoping everyone who joined in loved it as well. It was a really, really good day. Yeah, lots and lots of crafting. I didn't stay on for the whole day. It is 24 hours we run for. So yeah, but I think there's a couple that do the whole lot. But I think most just kind of dip in and out throughout the day. And I've seen lots and lots of pictures of some beautiful cards. So this is the dark Petal Pink, and I'm just going in there like that. And I had a class today. I would love to share with you what we made, but I'm repeating the class. So I do my class in 2 different venues, but everybody absolutely loved it. And it was a really good project. So I've had a lovely day. It's always really nice when everyone's kind of enjoyed your class. I would like to say it happens most of the time, but sometimes it can be a little bit fraught, maybe if I've done too much of an in-depth project. And I'm just going to go over the whole lot. So blending that one there with that what should be Petal Pink Light, but is actually named Petal Pink Dark. And there could be a multitude of reasons. It's potentially that my ink is running out and it just gets lighter as it gets towards the end. Or it could have been a bad pen and I didn't notice, so I didn't call up for a change. That happens with all kind of manufacturing processes, doesn't it? Which is one of the reasons Stampin' Up gives such a good kind of return service and customer services. Yeah, mistakes do happen. I just kind of test my pens and then I know what colour I'm going to get onto the page. Yeah, going to gardens and photographing it so that you get the inspiration for colours. I think that's a great idea. It's really difficult to get inspiration sometimes, isn't it? You sit there and you go, oh, I just don't know what to make. I've been doing a lot more mixed media art recently as well. I signed up to a mixed media art course, which is amazing. I'm loving it. But it's taken me away from the card making a little bit. And I think with anything, if you don't regularly practice something, you get a bit rusty. So I was trying to come up with some ideas and just nothing was forthcoming. So that's going to be a little bit dark in there as well. Just going to turn my lights on underneath and then we'll get some backlight, which might help. That's a bit better. So all these flowers I'm going to do in the Petal Pink. Gorgeous colour. I don't really use it often enough, actually. I used to use it a lot more. I'm a bit of a brights person, but I do also love subtles. I love our subtles collection. Especially now we've got Lemon Lolly in there. I think that's a brilliant colour. I'd love to know what kind of your favourite. Hey Shaz, how you doing? What your favourite kind of colour family is. And if you don't know, Stampin' Up do their colours in colour family. So you've got all the bright colours, all the neutral colours. I'm not a massive Regals fan actually, but they're kind of garden green, pretty peacock, shaded spruce, real red, Cajun craze. So that's how I'm going to colour that one in. And then I'm literally just going to go all the way over with that light one. You didn't know until you went to Nimes there's a red blue poppy. Oh, that's cool. I've seen quite a few purple ones. I'd love to have some growing in my garden. I tried once. I put the seed down. I just scattered it in the garden, but they didn't take, which is a bit of a shame. And I'm going to come in here and do these ones. Tomatoes are doing well. Gherkins are doing well. My blueberry bush is just providing fruit, which is amazing. We've had quite a lot of strawberries actually this year. And what other one have I had? Oh, I'm growing snapdragons. My zinnias all died. They didn't get past seedling stage. And my snapdragons are barely clinging on to life. Love the subtles and the brights. No, I'm not a fan of the Regals. I don't know what it is about them. Oh, you've got purple. I'd love purple poppies, Joanna. I might have to try and get some more seed. And this is the colour lifter. So all I'm going to do is on those very, very highlighted areas, I'm just going to rub some colour lifter. And I don't know if you're going to be able to see the difference on camera, but it just helps lift. It's like it gives us another tone and stops the piece feeling really flat. So we've got dark in the darkest areas. Oh, you can't see up on the thing, can you? I've got dark in the darkest areas, and then I'm just putting some colour lifter in those really highlighted areas. I hope you can see how that's just starting to come up. Yeah, so I tend to use the colour lifter in a couple of ways. If I'm going out to white, I find it really useful. And like this, just adding those highlights in, I think can really, really help. And I don't really kind of need it to blend so well. It works really nicely on this kind of more loose sketched image, I think. But yeah, I do go into it in kind of more detail on the course, but it's, I think, understanding how the pen works and the difference between, because it makes a huge difference if you use it when it's dry, when the underneath layers are dry versus when the underneath layers are wet. It has more of an effect if they're wet and less of an effect if they're dry. So if you just want a subtle effect, wait until it's kind of dried and then go back in with the colour lifter. It can be a really nice way. Brights then Regals. No subtles for you, Shaz. So that's just, I think that looks so much more effective. And then the same with the soft sea foam. A bit better. Come in with the dark at first, kind of around the base. Don't need too much dark. I want to keep the piece quite light. It's quite a lot on the card front. So if any one of those elements is too heavy, like too dark, it will draw away from it. I don't normally use the brush tip, but every now and again I will. I've just pulled off the wrong end and I thought I couldn't be bothered to put the cap back on. Especially if it's got, this one's got a nice tip on it. I've obviously not used it for flicking, not used it for colouring much. I'm quite heavy-handed, so I tend not to use the brushes too much. The bullets or tips are a bit firmer. And then again, so if I went in with this now while this is still wet, this colour lifter is going to have more effect than if I waited for it to dry. That's my little handy hint. Hopefully that helps a bit. It's supposed to be a nice weekend this weekend, and I'm hoping I'm on call for work, but I'm hoping I'm not needed. And we can get into the garden and do a little bit more garden work. Just grows like nobody's business. Again, just a little bit of that colour, just in those highlighted areas. It just helps to lift it. And then we can go in and do the big one. What are your plans for the weekend if it's a nice weekend? I tried to get Russ to go down and do an obstacle course. I'm not convinced he's overly keen. A huge, giant, inflatable obstacle course, which I think would be really fun. And I like that kind of thing. I don't think I'll be any good at it. I'm not all that strong, but it'll be fun. Just colour those in with the light, and then we'll come back in with that colour lifter again. That's my watch. Sorry, banging. I wear my watch on my right hand, even though I'm right-handed. It's a bit of a pain, but I've always done it. I don't know why. It feels completely unnatural to have it on my left wrist. This glass mat, it just keeps banging. Hello, Claire. How are you doing? Oh, Paul, I've just signed up for Emma's class as well today. I was like, well, I don't know what I'm doing this weekend. Haven't got much on. I was it's my couple week at work, so I was called in Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. But I'm hoping I'm not needed Friday, Saturday, Sunday. A bit of gardening and a bit of crafting. Sounds amazing, doesn't it? Yeah. So I'm looking forward to that one. No kit though, so I'm going to have to prepare my own kit. So that's a little bit of a drawback, but it's nice to take other people's classes, I think. So hopefully on that green there, you can just see the difference with the colour lifter. Just think it's really effective. It gives a kind of tint. Lovely little tint. All the dates for my classes are on my website, Claire. If you pop to www.thesongbirdStamper.co.uk and head to in-person classes, you'll find all my class dates on there. I've not got my diary. But yeah, it'd be good to see you at class. And anyone who's local, if you want to kind of pop on my website, find my class dates, it'd be amazing to see you in person. 4 different venues I have my classes at. And they're all a lot of fun, if I do say so myself. I think everyone seems to enjoy it. We did get told today that we were rather noisy, which I think is good because it means that everybody's enjoying themselves and having a good old chitter-chatter. Sometimes people are so deep in concentration and thought that there's not an awful lot of chatter, but it was a lovely class today. Everything but the gardening sounds great. I don't mind a little bit. The thing is, right, with the garden, it seems to have its own agenda. It's like it won't grow to my schedule, Paul. If it grew to my schedule, I would love gardening, but it doesn't. And my schedule is not very often. So I like doing a little bit, like once a month maybe. During the winter, that's fine. But during the summer, there's far more. And we've kind of established a natural garden whereby if something needs a lot of care, it generally isn't for us. The only thing is we're really growing at the moment is rhubarb. I got my granddad was quite a keen gardener on my dad's side, and he grew rhubarb and he grew strawberries as well. A big patch. But yeah, he grew rhubarb. My dad had a cutting of granddad's rhubarb. And when my dad lived in his old house, this is quite a long story, so apologies, but all I'm doing is fussy cutting. When he lived in his old house, he gave some of that rhubarb to the next door neighbour. And, when you're younger, you don't really care about that kind of thing, do you? And a couple of years ago, I was like, do you know what? I'd love to get my granddad's rhubarb. And my dad didn't have any by that point because he'd already moved and hadn't taken any with him. And so I went up to knock on the door, and I was like, I don't even know if they're still there. It's been years since I've seen them. And I was like, knocked on the door. I was like, oh, hi, it's just me. Used to live next door. Any chance I could have some of my granddad's rhubarb? And Nigel up there, he's a lovely guy, a really good gardener. He took me down to see it, and he said it's fantastic. He said it's due for a cut up so this was in the summer I went down. He said it's due for me digging it up and like splitting it this winter or autumn anyway. He said, so I'll do it and I'll let you know. And then, he texted me and said he'd got some ready. So we went and picked it up. I don't even know what month we're in. July. We must have probably picked it up in January, something like that. January, February. Put it in the ground. Oh my word. It is enormous. It's taken like wildfire. It must love where we've put it. We put some of our own compost, which we make with the rabbit poop. It's doing really well. So we had you're not supposed to cut it in the first year, apparently. So we've been really good. We've only had a couple of stalks off it just because it's doing so well. Oh, anyway, sorry, I'm missing all your comments. Lots of gardening at present, but no card making. Oh, Sue, you've got to get some card making. Oh, good. This weekend, you're going to join as well. Cool. Ah, so there's going to be loads on Emma's class. That's lovely. Too hot here. Upper 90s. I'm actually wearing my hoodie at the moment. I think I'm going to have to take it off, though. I'm quite hot. Now the sun's gone in, we've turned the AC off. So I'm warming back up again. Yeah, upper 90s. I don't know what that is in Celsius. Can't really manage. No, Joanna, it's tough if you suffer from chronic pain, that's for sure. Do you got someone in the family that does it, or are you just letting it grow rampant, or have you got a gardener? I think trying to get as low maintenance a garden as possible is the key, isn't it? It's what we failed to do here. So we just go kind of out every year and hack it back. Emma is using the flowery one. Katie will tell you which one. Abundant Layers of Beauty. Abundant Layers of... It's the one with the masks, the new one with the stencils, which I'm looking forward to using. It's really nice sometimes just to switch off and let someone else do the thinking, isn't it? So, right, that is our 3 pieces of Magnolia cut. Then what we're going to do is bring in the dies. Bring in the dies. We've got 2 of these ones and 1 of this. These are the dies that come with it. They're gorgeous. Gorgeous, gorgeous. It's just those 2 that we're going to use. 95 to 35. Wow, 35 degrees. Yeah, that's unpleasant, let's be honest. Periodically ask your neighbours to do it. Your family live 150 miles away. John, I'm not sure if that's a good thing or a bad thing, to be honest. Probably a bit of both, isn't it? Having family close by is lovely, but it could also be a challenge sometimes. So what we've got, I know I do get on with my family quite well, actually. I'm quite lucky. We are going to cut that down. So we're just going to have 2 of those. Actually, I've already got 1 of those cut. So we're just going to have 1 of those, and we're going to have 2 of these. And it might mean I can get them all out of this little strip. Look. 35 requires a pool. Do you know what? I nearly bought one, Emma. I nearly went to Argos and got myself a little paddling pool. Well, not a little one. I was going to get quite a big one, actually. We haven't done it yet. I'm so tempted. So tempted. Someone was showing me the other day that I saw online that one of the Aldi or Lidl pools, if you get a queen size fitted sheet, it's a rectangular pool, you put the sheet over the pool and it stops all the leaves getting in, which I think is pretty awesome. I mean, it means that you can't have a big round pool. That was the one I was looking at. I know I might just dedicate a patch to the garden. It would kill the grass, but you know, needs must. Yeah, Emma's ears must have been burning. We were talking about how much we're looking forward to your classes this weekend, Emma. There's quite a few going, so it's going to be a fun weekend. Bit of crafting, bit of gardening. Upgraded to the 10-foot circle one, but totally worth the dead grass. Yes, I think so. So if I choose not to get one, it's round to your house because I know where the pool is. And that's right. The other thing I've seen them do is get kind of carpet and put it underneath the pool, and then kind of laid out some kind of I don't know, like the big a side table, and then the big kind of lanterns things. So it looked like this really upmarket thing, and they just had a bit of rug underneath it. I thought that was quite cool. So we're going to cut 2 leaves. Where have I put my other piece of card for my leaves? Is it that? No, it's this one, is it? That one. Party at yours. Party at yours. Yeah, my next class, goodness. Had one today, I've got one on Monday. And then a couple of Fridays later in the month. I'm terrible with dates. Terrible. I am taking a run in my colouring classes again. That will be fun. If anybody's interested, I want to put on my website a little kind of I'm intrigued notice. That is so true, Joanna. Dead grass means you haven't got to cut it. That is so true. Right, so we've got 2 little leaves. Oh, we were playing with the lemons and oranges today, the Mediterranean blooms, citrus blooms. And the amount of times we heard oranges and lemons for the bells of St. Clemens throughout the class was probably one too many, to be honest, but no, it's fun. Good fun. Okay, so we've got leaves and we've got flowers. So we're going to bring in a sponge blender. Oh, you got that advert. I need to see if I can change the ads, don't I? And see if we can avoid that one coming up. Because it's probably not the one you need, is it? Let's be honest. Right, so we are going to bring in our soft sea foam, and we're just going to grab a little bit of ink and pop that, kind of starting at the base and working up. I don't really want them too dark. They're just adding a hint of colour, and don't kind of rub these back and forth because you risk kind of rucking the paper. So just start at the base and then work your way left to right, left to right, left to right, flicking, flicking, flicking. You've got, Emma, it knows you too well, a rice pudding advert. It's that Muller rice, you can put them in the microwave as well, which I only learnt the other day. I quite like hot rice pudding. So this is the Petal Pink, a new blending brush just for this one. They make you laugh. Well, that's good. And at least you come back. You don't get thrown off. So a little bit up there, just starting at the base. You do want to leave some white at the end though. I think that's just really effective. Just colouring that in there, look. Petal Pink. An underused colour in my stash. So these are all our elements. If you missed the beginning of this, I do give credit to Vicky Boucher for this card. I have changed it. It is my colours, and it is my layout, kind of. But I very much took inspiration from her for this one. Oops. Okay, so we are now going to put those to one side. Bring in the soft sea foam. I'm going to try not to lose those dies. I've got some white card, and we're just going to cut 2 pieces of white card. Turn it over because that's like, it's all dirty. Why is it all dirty? Is my desk dirty? And we're going to cut that 14 by 10. 2 of those. Need one for the inside, one for the outside. I've already got my card base cut and scored, and that's Smoky Slate. Hello again, Gina. How are you? Have you had a nice afternoon? Or were you busy? So we've got a card base already cut, and we've got our front layer and our inside layer, which can just pop to one side. So this piece here, we are going to blend some soft seafoam ink. Good. Rice pudding is your comfort food. Is it? Ice pops is my comfort food when I feel. I know it's not a food, but if I'm poorly, all I really want is an ice pop. I find them good if I'm stressed as well. It's something about the texture. I really like an ice pop. I like crunchy food. I don't really like soft, soggy food, especially when it should be crunchy. I'm a bit pedantic. I'm one of these people who I'm a bit weird with food. So I have my peas separately. If you didn't know this about me, if we have fish chips and peas, the peas get put in a bowl. I have a spoon and I eat all the peas in one go at the beginning because I actually quite like peas. I just don't like them with anything else. And then I eat my fish and chips. And if I've got anything soggy on my plate or anything crispy on my plate, nothing soggy can be put on it. So gravy can only go on the meat and the veg, and it can't go anywhere near a potato. So yeah, that's probably that's all I'll tell you about now. So that's all I'll tell you about now. There's more to find out later. Okay, so that's going on there. And I'm just going to I just want to make sure I've gone far enough with my blending. I love this about me. Just, it was, for years and years and years, I didn't eat any peas. And then when I met Russ and he was like, well, don't you like them? I was like, no, I love them. I just don't like them on my plate. And so we kind of agreed that it was absolutely fine just to put them in a bowl and eat them with a spoon. I sometimes do it in a restaurant. It depends how brave I am. I'll ask for them on their own separately. So I think I've done enough blending around there. And so what I'm going to do is bring in this little stamp. I love this in the Magnolia Mood set. You have got the little leaf stamp on his own, so you can kind of have as many as you want, which is really nice. You're not limited to just the ones on the images there. So I'm going to bring that in, and I'm going to stamp a few of them. So I'm going to go one here, and I'm not stamping off, I'm just going full strength because it's not very dark ink anyway, the soft sea foam. So it's going to look a little bit like a watermark kind of on the card there. I'm just going to try and line those two up so they're not overlapping. And then one down here somewhere. The things like this, like that, you might not even really notice it in the background, but it just adds that, I would say it's called texture. Joanna, I cannot abide soggy cereal. I go as far as to not answering the phone at work if I have put milk on my cereal, or I just keep eating while I'm talking because there's no way I'm eating soggy cereal. Love beans and eggs, but I don't like beans. No. Oh, you don't like beans contaminating your eggs? I don't like beans contaminating my chips. They are a bit contaminating, aren't they, beans? But they are lovely. We love ham, egg and chips. I love ham, egg and chips. So that is a bit of stamping. And then we're going to grab one of the light smoky slate, probably. I don't think we want the dark one. We're just going to add a little bit of flicking. So just put the pen in the lid and flick down on there. I love that we've all got little uniquenesses, and just I think they should be embraced. And they are what make us us. We are fun. We are fun. Exactly, Gina. Other people don't know what they're missing out on. Right, so that's that. And then we are going to start assembling. This card was supposed to take ages. It took me ages when I made it. So, right, we've got one of these, one of these, and one of these. So we're going to start with these, and I'm just going to curl the edges. Just going to curl the edges like this, just the leaves, and give it a bit of texture. So you can see that. Just give it a little bit of texture. This card took me nearly an hour and a half to make when I made it. It's probably me faffing around. Scotch. Oh, I love Scotch eggs. You make a Scotch egg, Katie, or do you buy them freshly made? If you make Scotch eggs, then I'm coming around more often. There we go. That one on there. Chips and beans, but it works best dipped in the beans. Oh, Mary, I'm coming around to yours. Mary lives near Somerset, though, so it's a bit of a drive for a Scotch egg. Right, there we go. So we've got those. I'll have to look to see when the next class is down with Jeanette with you. The lovely lady that I used to start, I started my classes up with a lovely lady called Jeanette, who then had the audacity to move away. She lives down in Somerset, and I sometimes go and join her and her friend's class, and it's lovely. I haven't been for years, I would say. I haven't been for ages. It just hasn't, the dates. I do keep looking, but the dates just don't keep working. You make them as well? Yes, okay, I'm coming around. They're faff to make, but so worth it. Oh, I know, it would be, honestly, Mary, I do keep looking. I will come. That one's going to go in there. I want to go on a tour of the UK. Shall I go on a tour and go and visit? I could come up and visit Joanna. Come down and visit Mary. Shout me out. I can't really travel abroad. So apologies to all my Belgium, American, Australian ladies who watch. Sorry, Paul, I can't come and visit so easily. But yeah, I could go and visit. I could do a little UK tour. That would be fun. Okay, that's going there like that. I don't know if I've put that far enough up. It might be too late. Oh, there we go. I just want the leaves so they're kind of poking out. You can see there. Yes, when I come to visit the in-laws, it'll be lovely. I could escape. Shh, don't say that too loud. I didn't say that. When I come and visit, I can escape to Shaz's. Like, sweetie, I'm just going. I might need picking up though because he drives. So yeah, I might need picking up. I did once. I managed to get him to take me to Brixton to go and visit my friend Fiona from Stampin' Up, who lives down there. That was so cool. So I went to visit her, but I don't know if he'd redo it. he was a bit bored. So right, that is going to go on over the top of those two. I'm just assessing. I think I've done okay. You want to kind of elongate it a little bit. Hello for your vacation. Oh, a vacation address in southern France sounds absolutely insanely idyllic. Absolutely idyllic. I'd love to. Russ and I keep saying we must do a holiday in France. We must. Yeah, he can come. Yeah, he would love that actually. He likes going out. Meals, dinner. If I say dinner is in there, then he probably would be in, to be honest, Shaz. Why not abroad? I know I should. It's probably just cost Katie. If I went and visited everybody abroad, I don't think I'd have any money for crafting supplies. So that's just going to go on there like that. Oh yeah, you should come down, Joanna. Yes, you should come down and do some in-person classes. There's a few of us down here that'd love to see you. I know that. So that's going to go on there like that. We are building. We're slowly but surely building this card, and we've got two of these. And these are going to go, I'm just going to move this. This is what I do all the time. Just going to move it. I'm just going to pull it back off. And I'm putting it more over to the left. There is a method for my madness because I want to get these under here. So there's one there and one further under there. But I still want those leaves in the background showing. So one there, one there. I don't know if you can see. Okay. So we're going to pop those further under. Yes, or when you come up here, yeah, definitely. Honestly, if anybody's ever around here and they're visiting, shout me up. Fareham, near Portsmouth. If you're coming down, give me a shout and we can go out somewhere. That'd be nice. If food is involved, I'm probably going to be there. If you ask me out for coffee, the answer is probably going to be no. Just saying, don't really like coffee. But yeah, if you ask me out for dinner or lunch, much more likely to succeed. Okay, that's going to go under there like that. So you just kind of have to lift up the leaves and then poke these things under. And if you need to cut off a bit off the bottom, then so be it. You're just going to layer those flowers under there. You're in the Lot region, a major river south of Dordogne. Oh, do you know, I'd love to do the Canal du Midi in France. So we're just layering this whole thing up right now. Getting it some good old texture on. Finances, yep. I would love to win the lottery and never have to work again and then just go on one big crafting holiday. I think that sounds amazing. So we're just going to put one of those there. I might do another one of these leaves actually. And another one under here. So again, just getting that leaf there, letting that leaf there stick out. It would look gorgeous in so many different colours. Vicky's was like so bright. I don't know what colours she used actually. I just saw it on Pinterest. Hers was a really, really bright, colourful card. And I just thought actually I love the design. I thought I'd change up the colour scheme. So we went subtle. Oh, wouldn't it? That would be life. Indeed, Mandy. Pure arts and crafts. Pure arts and crafts. You know, one day I might one day be able to retire and just. Although I'm not holding out an awful lot of hope. I think we're going to be. They keep putting the blooming state pension age up. I'm going to be 90 before I get to retire. And if I think it's bad, what about the generations coming behind me? There's a lovely cafe near the coast that does gorgeous food. Someone takes us there. It's on a green area. Convenient. It was convenient for the public toilet. I like that. Practicalities are important. We would, I think. We would all love to win the lottery. I mean, it doesn't even need to be the whole lot. Is it Ineka? Ineka, is that how I say your name? It doesn't need to be the whole lot, does it? Just enough. Just enough so that I can afford whatever craft supplies I like. Whenever I like them. I haven't blended this. I forgot. I was too busy thinking about all the money I was going to win. So let's just put that down on there. The nice thing about a glass mat is that glue will stick and that's fine, but it will peel off and I can just rub the glue off. This glass mat is amazing. Although it's currently covered in all sorts of acrylic ink, matte medium, it really needs a good old clean. I've been using it for my mixed media. Again, it's fantastic for mixed media stuff because it doesn't matter what you get on it, it can be cleaned off. So that's okay. I've still got enough glue on there, so I can just go ahead and... Whereas if you put that onto paper, you would it would just get stuck. So I'm just popping that one under there, so I've got a bit of leaf texture coming out. Do they sell the glass mat? That's an amazing question. I'm going to pass that one to my upline, seeing as she is here. A wonderful Emma. I think they do, but I'm not entirely sure. So impressed that I don't have any glare on my mat. Yeah, it's yeah, my light setup's just quite good for that, I think. There's a little bit of glare back here, but I can take that and I just lift it up to show the camera. Yeah, I don't have a single spot. It's because I've got a big cream in front of me. Yeah, I've got a big cream blind, and I've got my lights shining onto the blind and then coming onto the mat here. Oh, available in July. They are selling it. Thank you so much, people. Yeah, it's gorgeous. I love the glass mat. Love it. Okay, then I brought in, I don't think I've quite done this high enough, if I'm honest. I've got a lot of focal point down here, but that's okay. We can live with that. And I'm going to bring in these dies from the Friends for Life set. So this is the, I'm killing time, can you tell? This is the Friends for Life stamp set. And this is the, this is the die bundle that goes with it. Haven't used this at all. As much as I love it, I just haven't got around to it. So gorgeous big hearts, some little hearts. They cut out these ones, I think. Little hearts here, some leaves, a banner. Oh, I love this word, friend and friend. So I'll show you how to do this. Just searching for the number, but that would be why you couldn't find it. And it's soon, available soon. Let's just say that. Yeah, it's a really nice addition, and it's got flowers on it. Look, just saying. It does also come with a cleaning cloth and a white thing. My white thing is not so white anymore though. My white is now pink, so comes with this, which you watercoloring is great for. I actually use this when I craft. I take the stamps off the block and I leave them on the desk, but then the ink gets on everything. So when I take my stamps off now, I put them on this white thing. So every time I take my stamp off the block, because I can't be bothered to clean it, but I need the block for something else, I can just pop it here. And then that's what I use my white thing for. But everybody's fun, and I love the fact that I can write on this glass mat with whiteboard markers. I'm not trying to sell it, I promise. It is what I love using it. So I take my whiteboard marker and I write my instructions on here. If I'm just I need them quickly, but I know I'm not going to need them again. So and then you can just rub them off, which is so cool. Good for holding your cardstock when using stencils too. Oh yeah, that's a good idea. Birthday is very end of July, so buy yourself one as a gift. Family say, Mum, you have too much Stampin'. Yeah, they are so wrong. You can never have too much Stampin' Up, Mandy. We all know this. You're amongst friends. Right, so this one I'm going to cut out of the white. So that's going to chop down. And then this one I'm going to cut out of, this is the kind of outlay. And I'm going to chop this one out of Smoky Slate. That just goes across there. No, I don't think you can buy the white things separately. Did you mean the white thing, Mary? It's just the mat comes with the white thing and a cleaning cloth, a little chamois, which mine is no longer very clean, and it's very crispy, but it just cleans off the mat once you've done with it. So if you've got ink on there from blending or anything, you can just wipe that off. Okay, right, so I'm just going to drop this through the Big Shot. Oh, no, it's not a Big Shot anymore, is it? Years ago. The cut and emboss machine, but all my plates are all over the floor. So let's get that one. Run that through. I know, and I love there's always new products coming out as well. So it's like I never feel bored. So like soon we're going to have the online exclusives are going to go live in a few days, aren't they? For the new online exclusives for customers. And then in August, it will be the pre-order for the Christmas catalogue for demonstrators. And in September, the Christmas catalogue is going to go live. Okay, so this friend, just if you cut it, be careful if you want it that you don't lose the top of the eye. I'm going to show you what to do if you do lose the top of the eye, because I lost the top of my eye. But if you want to keep it, just bearing in mind it's separate. So you might just want to watch that one. Oh, you got a kit, Katie. Yes, it should be waiting for you when you get home. Fingers crossed. So look, it comes out of there and it's stuck on here. Don't look at my horrific plates. Okay, so I'm just going to poke this one out with my scissors or your pokey tool. It's really fine, but I'm okay gluing fine things. If you're not, you might want to use the adhesive sheets. I'm just going to tidy up a sec. If you're not, you might want to use the adhesive sheets, but I just grab it in my hand, I shake the glue, make sure it's all at the end, and then I just go like dob, 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 dob. Touch the nozzle onto with a really light pressure, and then you just get kind of dobs all the way around. But yeah, if you struggle with this, then adhesive sheets could be your friend for this one. I just always forget about them until I've actually die cut it. And then flip that over, and that's going to go on top of here. I love these kind of dies. So, and then if you've lost your eye, we're not all about grammar in the crafting world, are we? They are well-loved plates. I recently discovered how to reinvigorate my plates so that I've got more money for stamp sets. I was quite sneaky. So I know Russ loves science. So I said to him, sweetie, do you want to do a science experiment? And he was like, oh, what's that? So I said, well, I've got some acrylic plates that I think we can heat up, and it gets rid of all the scratches and flattens them all. So if you want to have a go, then we can have a go. Oh my God, he couldn't have got my plates in his hand quick enough. And the oven went straight on, which if anyone knows Russ about his use of anything that involves money was quite shocking. So the oven went straight on, and the baking tray came out, and yeah, we heated up my acrylic plates. And there is a warning. I'm not endorsing this. If you have anything go wrong with your plates or your oven, I'm not taking responsibility. So don't like blame me. But yeah, and keep it on a low setting. But yeah, if you want to know, kind of Google was helpful for what temperature, and just a really short time, for about 10 minutes on about 140. And yeah, I've got all new plates, which is amazing. Got to send your baby blue machine back to Stampin' Up. None of the tricks working. No, send it back. They'll help you out. They'll help you out. Okay, what am I doing? So I'm stamping hello, happy birthday. I'm going to stamp happy birthday from this one. Dog joint tablets. Oh, bless you. How many adverts do people get? Is it too many? I've just got it on balanced. I was doing it like where I decided, but it was taking too long to set up. So I just did it on balanced adverts. You can be like heavily monetized, but I didn't want to be. But if it's too many, I can change it. So I'm just going to stamp the happy birthday in Smoky Slate. Oh, it made a house stink. What's we didn't have any problems at all with smell. I was really surprised. It worked really, really well. And then I just set them under something heavy. Yeah, and they were back to normal. So I can now spend all that money on stamp sets. I will buy new plates from time to time, I'm sure, because you need them. But that's going to go like that. That's going to go like that. chop, chop, chop. And around there. And I must say, I use my plates until they crack as well. My class ladies are sometimes horrified. This is still going strong, this one, even though it bowed and then it cracked and now it's flat again. But yeah, it works absolutely fine. You do not have to replace them. Just keep going with them. It's a lot of plastic to put in landfill otherwise. I think if you can, it's good for the environment to reuse what we can. I'm not like mega environmentally conscious, but I do try and do my bit. Right, they're totally unstraight, but they are what they are. We've got happy birthday and then friends. So we just need to put this all together now. Can you see how I've just started that a little bit too low? I might even just try and pull that off and move that up a bit, because I think that's just going to help the balance of the card. And then I could potentially, I don't want to ruin it, but I could potentially do another one of those and pop it in there as well, actually. But that just makes it a bit more balanced. Let's grab another one of these. I love the fact that when you just glue things right on the edge, the rest of it isn't glued. It's stuck really, really well, but you can just move it. Like, you could just move it if you want. Oh gosh, I don't think I'm struggling. I'm struggling to keep up with your all chat. I love it though. I love it that you're all so chatty. If anyone's watching this on the replay, please, love you to come along and join us live. Real lovely little community of crafters we're building here, and I'm so grateful. Just had the house smelliest. Are they trying to sell you? Are they trying to sell you something? Bless you. Right, so poke all the little bits out, and then you can grab your blender brush again, and my bit of ink. 2 adverts. Oh, that's not too bad. In an hour, that's not too bad. Can you skip them as well? I like skipping the adverts. I just want to see the good stuff. Doesn't bring me an awful lot in the YouTube channel, but it is about, I get about £80 every 3 or 4 months probably. So yeah, a couple of hundred a year, which is lovely. Just a little bit of something back for the time. Although, to be honest, I really enjoy these. Thoroughly enjoy my Thursday lives. So that one we can just put under here potentially, or even under here and over the top of that leaflet. That looks quite nice. That'll do nicely. And then we've just elongated it a little bit. Just brought it up a bit more in balance. So that one's going to go underneath there like that. And now we can start to stick our sentiments on. Oh, you're very, very welcome. See, this is why it takes me an hour and a half to create a card, because I just faff. I get so far and then I just faff. Right. So to do the friend, I've brought in a little bit of, you've got 2 choices. You can either use the whole adhesive sheets, or you can grab kind of the remnants of your sheet. Look, where you've got all this stuff at the outside, and you can just chop it down. So I'm just going to use a couple of bits for here. Oh, I know. Do you know what? Okay, sometimes I find myself typing along in the comments to Facebook videos, and I'm like, oh, I'm not even commenting live, but I feel like I am. So it's really weird. The person whose video it is must be like, oh, just shut up. Getting all my notifications for months afterwards. Right, so this is going to go on there. So you just kind of have to, I probably should have done that before. I just kind of have to look at it and go, where am I going to need the dimension? So I've got 2 under here, and then I'm going to want it under this friend bit down here. So that's going to go around there. And then another bit on the other side, and then that could well be enough. Could well be enough, but we'll see. And I leave the backing on. So I put the dimensionals on, leave the backing on, put it on like that, and then you can just see how it's doing. So I don't need anything under the I and the E because that leaf is going to support it. I might just put something underneath the R here. It's just a bit of trial and error, really. Okay, take all that off. I love building dimensioning, but it does get a bit fiddly when you get to this stage and you're putting sentiments on. And then that's going to kind of stick across there like that. Perfect. And then it's just a case of putting the happy birthday on. So you kind of figure out where you want your things. I kind of want the birthday to go across there, to be honest. So I might get the happy birthday across there. And I don't, yeah, I do. I was going to say I don't think it needs dimensionals, but I'm lying to myself. So I'm just going to chop those off there. Thanks, guys. Thank you, Joanna. Thank you, Aneka. If I'm saying your name wrong, please do tell me. Thought you could decorate the white one with vinyl one day. Yeah, you could decorate the baby machine Gina's talking about. That's the one I use 9 times out of 10. Is my little mini machine. They are actually on offer at the moment. There's a 10% saving on them. Mine's really dirty now though, but yeah, you could absolutely decorate it with stickers. I've got some Harry Potter stickers. I could put some Harry Potter stickers all over mine. Gina, that's genius. Right, so that's going to go on there like that. Higher. And then this one is going to go, and I'm just using the edges of my dimensionals again. Probably about that long. There we go. It's going to go on there like that. I like the fact that the font in this set is just plain. So excited for you. Thank you for being a love you, happy birthday. And then you compare it with these. So these ones are stamped high, best. And then friend is obviously stamped or die cut or stamped and die cut. You can do that as well. Oh, that's really good. Thank you, Aneka. I'm very, very pleased. I'm not very great with pronunciation. So that is our card. We are going to stick it onto here, onto a smoky slate card base. I love it. I love those colours. Love those colours. Oh, thank you, Gina. And thank you to Vicky, who inspired me. Vicky Poucher. So if you don't know her, go follow her on social media. She's amazing. And yeah, sometimes when you get stuck in a rut or you don't know what to make, you just reach out for a bit of inspiration. Pinterest, Instagram, Facebook, anywhere you go, and you can pick up some ideas. Final thing I'm going to do, and I don't know if these are retired or not, but I've got them and they work. It's these lovely blue, gold and pink sequins. But any gems you've got will work well. And I'm just going to grab a few of these from here. Grab my take your pick tool. Well, I would if I knew where it was. Here it is. Grab a couple of these. So we're just going to pop one there. One down here. And then a big one, I think, just in there like that. Thank you, guys. Suitcase has Harry Potter stickers on it. Bless you. Yeah, no, not many other people are going to have a zebra suitcase with stickers, Harry Potter stickers on it. I think you're quite safe there, Katie, actually. I think you're safe. And it make you happy every time you travel. So there's our card using the amazing Magnolia Mood stamp set. Really, really soft and gentle. Love it stamped in smoky slate. You get a really, really soft, subtle effect, which works really nicely. Colours I used today were Petal Park, Smoky Slate, and Soft Seafoam. Because so credit goes to Vicky Boucher for the kind of layout, but I have made it my own and tweaked it. The only other thing I've got left to do is decorate the inside, because I'm trying to get better at doing this. I nearly always forget. But we're just going to grab another sheet of cards. I think I already cut it, actually. I did, didn't I? this one here, we're going to grab our stamp, the big one, stamp that across the top, and then it's just going to be a bit of decoration down the bottom right hand corner, probably about there. This is what you would now wipe off with your chamois, or you can do it with the palm of your hand, whichever you feel like. And that's going to go on the inside. Just, it needs it, I think. It lifts it so well. Do you? That's so cool. Like using a jewel. So if you lose the top of the letter, like I did with the eye, rather than butchering it and just cutting the coordinating bit off, using a gem is an awesome idea. So grab a gem in a coordinating colour and just use that instead as your little dot of the eye. I love that. Brilliant tip. There's our card. There's our inside. And I now need to send it. I am so late with birthdays this year. I am so sorry to anybody who hasn't received a birthday card from me who would normally get one. And that's not many, if I'm completely honest. But yeah, I think Katie was the best. I was nearly a year late with Katie's birthday card one year. It's just like a signature trademark of mine. So I'm kind of going with it. You just have to own who you are sometimes, don't you? And I'm pretty rubbish at sending birthday cards, even though I love making them. And even though I know they are massively appreciated when I do. And I normally get round to it. It's just always very late. Very late. Right, my lovely lot. That is it. I will not be back with you next week because I think I've got to work again, which is annoying. Let me just double check. I will double check. But Thursdays now, yeah, I'm working next Thursday night until we get some more staff, which are desperately needed. So yeah, I won't see you next week, but I'll be here the week after. And come and check me out on Facebook if you want to follow. I say I'll be here the week after. I may well not, actually. But yeah, we'll see. As soon as I'm back on, I'll shout you up on Facebook. Come and follow my page. Join my Stampin' Nest Facebook group, and you'll always know when I'm going live. Thanks, guys. Yeah, head off to bed. Head off to bed, bless you. Lovely to see you. Yeah, see some of you this weekend at Emma's class. And for anybody who I'm not going to see, I will miss you while I'm not doing these lives. But take care of yourselves. Go enjoy some sunshine. Stay cool. And yeah. Oh, my pleasure, Emma. Thank you so much for joining us. Take care, everybody. And I will see you all again really soon. Bye, guys. Bye for now.